G'day everyone, Dan Alder here. Welcome back to Patanjali's Yoga Sutras for the new millennium. Today we're having a look at Sutra number 11. Here it is. Shri and I have translated this one as perceived content not allowed to drop away is memory. So this sutra is Patanjali defining what he means by the word memory. Perceived content not allowed to drop away is memory. All right, before I talk too much more on that, let's go back to Sutra number 5 and put Sutra 11 into context. In Sutra number 5, if you've been watching regularly, you will know this by heart. Patanjali told us that there are fluctuations of 5 types. We will experience those 5 types of fluctuations as being troubling or not troubling, happy or sad, painful or not painful. But these fluctuations will all come and go within our experience. Then in Sutra number 6, Patanjali has named those 5 fluctuations for us as correctness, mistakenness, indecision, sleepiness, and memory. Sutra 7, Patanjali tells us about pramana, correctness. Sutra 8, he tells us about vipayaya, mistakenness. Sutra 9, Patanjali tells us about vikalpa, indecision. And Sutra 10, we're told about nidra, sleepiness. And today in Sutra number 11, we get told about smritayaha, memory. So let's jump to Sutra 11. And in Sutra 6, memory was smritayaha, and here it's smritihi. So basically the same word. Before I talk anymore, let's cut over to Shri so that he can enunciate this sutra for us. Off you go, mate.
Anubhuta Vishaya Asampramoshaha Smritihi.
Beautiful, Shri, and I'll have a go as always. Excuse the back of my head. Anubhuta Vishaya Sampramoshaha Smritihi. Okay, so the literal translation is first word anubhuta, meaning perceived. Vishaya, content. Asampramoshaha, not allowed to drop away. And smritihi, memory. All right, so at the beginning of the video I told you that this is Patanjali defining what he means by the word memory as perceived content not allowed to drop away. So the fact that this content of the mind hasn't been allowed to drop away means that it rises and falls, it comes and goes, and therefore the memory presents as a fluctuation in the mind. And as long as we have fluctuations in our mind, then the sea as nature does not reside. We cannot have samadhi while fluctuations happen. So samadhi only occurs when fluctuations come to stillness. This is known as yoga. All right, I want to just briefly touch on this first word, anubhuta, meaning perceived. I think this is a really important word because you might know it, I certainly know it about myself. The memory is really unreliable. And the reason the memory is unreliable is because we have to make sense of it. And it is so difficult for human beings to look objectively at things. And this is where chitta from Sutra number 2 So the chitta is comprised of ahamkara, ego, mana, emotion, and buddhi, intellect. And so whenever something happens outside of us in the world or within us in our own experience, it is going to be colored by our ego, by our intellect, and by our emotion. And then it gets stored as a memory. And then when we recall that memory, not only might we recall it as we experienced it, but we might recall it and put a different coloring of ego, intellect, and emotion onto it. And so the word perceived rather than actual content or true content. Perceived content, I believe, is just so true and so insightful, because everything that arises within our mind, how certain can we be of its truth, particularly if we're recounting something that happened in the world around us. You will know, no doubt, that you can have 10 different people witness the same event and then have 10 differing stories about that event. So the perceived content is how Patanjali has framed this idea. And of course, that perceived content which has not been allowed to drop away. That is to say that we have held onto it. No judgment there about having held onto it. It's just a fact. We hold on to things in our mind, for better or worse, because that's what we do. We're humans. Memory is an essential part of who and what we are and how we operate within ourselves and in the world. And so, the memory is a collection of perceived content that we hold on to and carry around with us. And like I said before, it presents as fluctuations in the mind, which, if samadhi is to occur, must come to stillness. All right, I'm going to leave it there because I feel like I may have babbled a bit too much. So have a think about this sutra a little on your own. But if I did confuse you at the end there, just simply remember that Patanjali is defining the word memory. And he defines it as perceived content not allowed to drop away. Okay, before you go, can I please show you again this beautiful book that Shri and I have produced. I'll leave my website for you here. This is only 20 Australian dollars plus the price of postage. And if you enjoy these videos and my explanations, you'll find that the book is even more clear and concise. And because I'm not talking off the cuff, I don't read a script as I'm doing these videos, you'll find that my words and thoughts are much clearer and more concise in the book. So we would love it if you got one of these, and we truly believe that you would love it if you got one of these. See you for the next video, everybody. Thank you as always for watching. Leave me a like if you've enjoyed it, a comment if you've got a question, and please subscribe to the channel. See ya. Bye-bye.